Hello everyone. Right now I want to present to you about communication skills. Uh, in this presentation I have make some PowerPoint slide to show to you how to present a good communication skill. Okay, we are going to our presentation. The first part is about the introduction. Okay, the term communication has been derived from the Latin word communis. The means common, thus to communicate means to make common, to make known. The act of making common and known is carried on through exchange of thought, ideas, or the like. Okay, it is the transfer of information from sender to a receiver with the information being understood by the receiver. A proper understanding of information is one very important aspect of communication. Then next, the purpose of communication. What is the purpose? The first is establish goals. The second is develop plans for achievement goals. To effect change internal functioning and influence action. And then organize human and other resources in the most effective and efficient ways. Select, develop, and apprise members of the organization. Lead, direct, motivated, and create a climate in which people want to contribute. And the last is to control performance. See, there is two types of communication. First one is written communication and the second is oral communication. Then we're going to meaning of written communication. Communication is part and parcel of every day. We cannot communication. It is one of the most essential and integral part or our existences. And the absence of communication can lead to many problems and misunderstanding. You know, we are gonna fight due to miscommunication. If one of us is misunderstanding to another people due to miscommunication. Okay, next. Now we are going to present how to improve written communication. As we know, written communication involves the use of written words to send a message from one point to another. Written communication is important for any business entity to carry out the daily business activities. Okay, we're going to see this slide. Sorry. How to improve written communication skills. There is four part. First is audience, second is information, third is tone, and last is the length. The audience is mainly what determines the content to be written. Once you have an idea about who is the intent audience, you can judge for yourself what other who is intended to, you can judge. Okay, and then about the information, the basic of communication should be conveyed in your piece of written communication. This is basically almost the entire information that you wish to give the reader. However, you present the data, these points need to convert, only then is it an effective way to communication. The third is the tone. The tone. Deciding the tone of your communication depends on the audience. To a large extent, tones can vary from casual, semi-formal to formal, de- depending on who you are communicating with and what you intend to communication. The last is the length. Knowing when to stop applies to written communication skill as well. You can just keep rambling on and on when not required. The beauty of effective written communication can be seen in its presentation. How well and how concisely you manage to accommodate all the information that you need to give is what shows how information proficient your written communication skills are. The key is to be clear. Remember, the key is to be clear, concise, and correct. But this doesn't necessarily mean that you cut short and something that requires to be explained in detail. Okay, next we're going to before the conclusion, I want to tell you about written communication. There is advantage and disadvantage. We're going to the advantage. First one, no, I just want to present to you about the advantage and disadvantage. Maybe there is no part in this slide, then I'm going to tell you. First one is about the advantage. First one is provide a tangible and variable record. Then record can be stored for an indefinite period of time. The third is permanent in nature. The last one is accurate and assigning of responsibility. And the disadvantage is, first one is time consuming. You know, in written, we are going to consume much more time than in spoken one. Then lack of feedback. Then no guarantee how reader will interpret it. Then the fourth is costly process, and the last one is lack of clarification. Okay. Then we are going to the conclusion: written communication and oral communication. As written communication is very common in business situations, so it is important for small business owners and managers to develop effective written communication skills. And oral communication describes any type of interaction that makes use of spoken words, and it's a vital, integral part of the modern business world. For oral communication to be effective, it should be clear, relevant, factual in phraseology and tone, concise, and informative. A good oral presentation will include transitional phrases to help listeners move through the material and will not be overly long or technical. Okay, then that's all about my presentation to you, and I hope this is can be useful for all of us here. Thank you.